twice a week on all things home decor, organization, fashion, beauty, and so much more. But first, before we get into today's video, I highly encourage that you grab a snack because it's a lengthy one. And I apologize in advance because it's a fully furnished apartment tour. Not to mention, I was rambling and talking as if you guys were right here with me. So be sure to get comfortable. All right, so let's get this tour started. I'm gonna start with the front door area and the closet. I like to call this the foyer. If you follow me on Instagram, you know there's a running joke about me appreciating my foyer, whatever you call it, and just manifesting that I'll have a larger foyer one day. But don't mind the trash can that's here. I love her so much because, yeah, automatic trash cans. But anyway, in the foyer, I wanted to use furniture that I had before. When I moved into this space, I was really not interested in buying any new pieces. And so I kept the IKEA Expedite bookshelf that you see here. You're probably familiar with it. It's called the Calyx now, but if you're an old school ride or die IKEA fan, you know that this was called Expedite or Expedite. And it comes in various colors, but I had this unit, 2 of them in the dark black brown color, as you see here, and filled it with baskets. Woven baskets are my thing. I'm a basket fanatic, basket and trays. The Caribbean girl in me, the island girl in me loves woven, raw, natural textures. And so a lot of things for this season in my space reflect that. But these baskets allow me to store things in a 1-bedroom apartment that I do not typically, you know, you wouldn't typically have space for, like my cleaning products. Yeah, that one's kind of filled up, but that's like my Swiffer pads and, like, you know, heavy duty cleaners down below. And then the 2 baskets up top, they're kind of overflowing, but they're like with extra light, they're filled with extra light bulbs, home decor that I might change out every now and then. I don't know, I don't want to pull that out. We'll talk about that in another video. But yeah, so the Expedite or Calyx is what I have here, filled with baskets, 4 baskets. These baskets are from Target. I think they're from Target. I'm going to link those down below. And the mirror is a vintage piece. I call her vintage because I bought her from Pier 1 back in the day when we were clocking off work and running to Pier 1. Now Pier 1 stores are far and few and they're just online, but I bought it years ago and there's some slight wear and tear, but it's still in good shape. And going back to the whole thing about loving woven textures, this just says Caribbean vibes, or, you know, or earthy, natural vibes. I would love to put this in a guest bedroom one day in a home that is like decorated like a hotel room that you would see in the Caribbean. Boss. But anyway, I put that there just to kind of offset the white walls because I knew when I moved into this space I was not painting. Other little bit of information, if you're new to the channel is new, but if you're just meeting me, I used to paint homes while I was a teacher and in law school to pay my way through school, and I just got so tired of painting and seeing color that I knew when I moved into this space, even though I could paint and then paint it back before moving out, I just didn't want to. And so I've come to appreciate the white space. It's calming, but it gives me more of a freedom to decorate the way I want to, whether it's drastic or very muted and neutral. And so right now we're muted and neutral. And so yeah, I put this mirror up to offset the white walls and kind of break up the white space as I did with the dark IKEA unit. And then I wanted to go, and I'll change the florals. So you've seen like yellows and oranges and whatever the season may be, but I knew for the fall I wanted to kind of keep things neutral. Is that a price tag? Girl, y'all don't talk about me. We'll get that later. But one of the magnolias, I must have added it in and forgot to take it off. I'll take it off after the video. But I knew that I wanted to keep the area neutral. And so for the decor, the pumpkins, rattan, woven. This tray is a marble tray that I think I got from Ross. I don't know if you could see that. Lights, yeah, there we go. From Ross. The pumpkins, I believe, are all from Target. I'll link all of those down below. Everything that's in this space, I'll link down below as long as I know it's available. And then these frames, these are from Target. Does anybody remember the Global Bazaar in Target, the Global Bazaar section that they used to have? Do y'all remember that? where like it was like China, Africa, Europe, Asia. They had different pieces from different continents. It was just, or different countries rather, not continents. Well, yeah, they had continents and they had countries, but I couldn't get enough of that. And so the frames were from, I think, one is China, or one was Asia. It was Asia, and I think both were from the Asian collection. But anyway, those frames have been with me for years, and I am one who tends to keep things. Do you hold on to your decor or even clothing? Like, I tend to hold on to things. I'm not a hoarder, but I take good care of things, and I'll resell, but if it's in good condition, hey, why not? That's my mom, and that's me. Yeah, looking like a pastor's wife, child. Anyway, but yeah, so this is the foyer area. I have sanitizer here. This is my sanitary station. Air freshener, because we're right near the trash can. I keep masks in here. This is actually from Goodwill. And this pump is from Target, and I put sanitizer in there just to kind of keep it real, like, chic, and not a bunch of bright colored product cans out in there, just to kind of keep like the whole aesthetic going. I don't have a front door mat because my door opens on the ground, on the floors, and it basically moves the mat. And so I just decided that, you know, we'll have a mat outside and just leave that. Wipe your feet outside, and when you come in, take your shoes off, and yada yada yada. The foyer coat closet is a mess, but I'll give you a peek. She is doing her job storing. This unit actually I've talked about before in my stories, my Insta stories, but I will link this down below. I'll just open it so y'all can see, but it's a utility cleaning tool, coat rack, bag rack feature product from Amazon, and it's actually linked in my Amazon store, so I'll link that down below. But yeah, this is not about the foyer closet or the storage closet. This is about the apartment, so we're just gonna move around and focus on the important. Okay, so let's talk about this piece. This is the Billy bookcase from IKEA. We're still in the foyer. And I love this because even though I had to place it in, I didn't have to. I don't remember exactly where it was. It was in my living room. I didn't have to put it here, but I'm glad that I did because it might appear that it's blocking off a majority of the door. It actually isn't. It's a lot of space. But I love the fact that I have it here because it allows me to kind of greet my guests or greet myself with a theme or a story based on the season. It offers style and functionability, or function, so to speak, where I can style the upper shelves, but then down below, I'm able to store. I have some function to store junk. In this case, not really junk. Let's just say she loves candles. And she has books down there. I need to organize it, but candles and books are in there for the most part. And I added the 2 doors down below. Originally, I just had an open bookcase. Eventually added the doors, and I love it. It allows me to decorate for the season. As you can see, I have pumpkins and dahlias. Most of this stuff is from Target's dollar section, but let's just go through. So these books here, the Chanel and the Elements of Style, these are from Amazon. I typically would have like a stack, but I move books around for decor purposes, so it's just those 2 now. All of the pumpkins, the ceramic white ones and the woven ones, are from Target. The dahlias, which I did not know I love so much, are faux dahlias from Target's dollar section, in addition to this home and autumn framed these pieces, these, I guess, statement pieces. The home woodwork I got in September, and then this I got in October, once, you know, we were closer to autumn. Actually, once it was autumn. Come on, girl, it was fall already. But yeah, Target's dollar section, I love this stuff, but I hate that I can't link it because, you know, that stuff is not sold online. So it's kind of like hit or miss. You look out if you get there and you find stuff. If not, you know, you try again. But love, love, love. That picture, that ceramic picture, was Robin's Egg Blue, and I painted that in white. And that is actually one of the DIY projects that I have posted on Instagram in my stories. So if you follow me on Instagram, then you know about that, that piece. And then up top, I need to find the brand that I got the Lord's Prayer print from. They are on Instagram, and I love their story. I fell in love with the company, but I cannot remember the name of the brand right now. The floating glass room is from Michaels. I will link all of those down in the description box for you. The rattan pumpkin is also from Target, like the others, and I think that's about it. So excited, I'm stuttering on my words. But yeah, this is my fall vignette. Very minimal, very like modern farmhouse, I guess if you want to say so to speak. But for holiday time, Christmas time, I'm going to just flex on these shelves. Okay, so stay tuned. But yeah, this is the Billy bookcase in my foyer. All right, so let's go back over into the kitchen. I started to angle out in the kitchen, but I want to kind of go in like piece by piece. So let's look at the refrigerator. I love the stainless steel appliances. I'm a Whirlpool queen, Whirlpool fanatic. I had Whirlpool in my home before moving to this area. I grew up on Whirlpool, so I was super excited. Thank you, residential community, for Whirlpool appliances. I'm on a 21-day challenge, so the refrigerator looks a little bit scant. A lot of meal prepping and fresh produce, so to speak. I have like salmon and chicken already prepared, and heavy on the fish, and lean out on the poultry, so to speak. The pork chops, I haven't had those, probably won't have those in a while, but yeah. So a lot of frozen vegetables, fresh vegetables too, but I keep the frozen ones just to kind of get myself in and out if I'm rushing, or if I have a busy week and I prepared my meats, but I need to just have quick sides. So yeah, so that's that. So that's the refrigerator. Love it, love it, love it. Countertops. Let's talk about the countertops. So this is like a tan khaki type of quartz countertop, and in a perfect world I would have white marble countertops, but you give it your take. You give and you take. I love the white subway tile underneath the cabinets, and it just kind of opens up this long, it's quite of a long kitchen for it being a one bedroom. I just love the open concept. So it was a fair trade-off. I was tempted to cover the countertops with some faux marble, like laminate, but I decided not to. Stay tuned. We'll see if I behave. But I just love the kitchen anyway. I love the kitchen anyway. And so the contrast of the countertops and the white backsplash and the cabinets is perfectly fine for me. I just love bringing in marble and wood. I wanted it to be not modern farmhouse. I wanted it to be like kind of like a modern Caribbean farmhouse. So a lot of baskets and woven pieces throughout the space. I love the pendant lights, or the lights up above. That hammered white, I don't know if you could see. Yeah, the hammered white texture on the inside, and they're like kind of like a chocolate brown bronzy type of color, and it's two of them. So just wanted to kind of bring in a lot of browns into the kitchen along with the white and the beige. So yeah, all right, now let's move on. Let's talk about products on the countertops. The anchor jars, these glass jars, are all from Walmart. I will put those in the description box. I really wanted to have pastas and, you know, the things that I cook with the most, dry goods just ready to go. And when the pandemic started, especially, I just didn't want to have like boxes or product like packaging that was in stores in my space. So I would like sanitize those as soon as I got home, and then open them up and put them into like clean jars. And it's just easy for me to just grab, scoop when I'm cooking, as opposed to having to go in the pantry, open a box, and then you have recycling and all that stuff. So I just love the sustainability, but then also the aesthetic presence of the glass jars. And I'll move them around from time to time just to kind of, you know, change the flow. But for now, it is what it is. Cutting boards, Target, Pier 1, all Target dollar section. Just a little, you know, spunk of pumpkins to kind of give my kitchen a holiday feel. Very minimal, not into all the fanfare, especially during like that transition between like Labor Day and Christmas. I don't get heavy into a lot of like Thanksgiving pumpkin decor, but if I do like pumpkins, but if I do, it'll be very minimal. True story, this is actually a recycled bottle, and I tend to keep a few of them around for like soaps, lotions, whatever. If I'm like needing to recycle them for beverages and so forth. But these are kombucha bottles, and I just wanted something that was amber to put a stem in, because I have the amber soap dispensers that we're getting down to in just a minute. So that was just a little homemade DIY thing. I think the stem is from Michael's, and threw that in there. And then this is a cutting board. Not what am I talking about? This is a cutlery set, and this cutlery set is from FOYER. I think that's how you say it. Bought this at Walmart. Love the fact that it is all white with gray and I guess stainless steel pieces, knives. But best feature is that it has a stand for your iPad. And so I love to cook a lot, and getting back into it, especially with the pandemic. And so being able to watch my shows, I mean, I can watch my shows from here because the television is right there in the living room, but the open concept, while great, it doesn't beat having your iPad right here next to you. Or if you're multitasking, I might be watching, you know, Rodney the Voice while I'm cooking, but then have, like, you know, the news, CNN on. Y'all know how important the news has been. Even if we're not trying to watch it in droves, it has been important to have it on. So it's been a lot of multitasking happening around here. Okay. Kettle, I believe it's from Walmart or Target. This is a spoon rest. Chefs know how we do it. You really need to have one of these, because just to put your stuff down as opposed to having napkins everywhere and things dripping. This is from Pier 1. I have quite a few of those. I tend to love spoon rests, especially when they have, like, you know, like if you travel and you go into like a souvenir shop and they have, like, you know, the island of the country that you're visiting. Love spoon rests. This decor right here, Dollar Tree. This is from the Magnolia Heart and Home collection by Joanna and Chip Gaines in Target. All of the utensils and utensil holders are from Target. Cutting board, I believe this is from Ross. I got this for like $5.99. Yeah. They have like really good steals as far as like cutting boards and like kitchen, you know, accessories and so forth. I believe that was $5.99 at Ross. This gourd is from Michael's, Target. I get a lot of questions about these. The amber glass, time to refill this, but the amber glass soap dispensers and the labels. These are from Amazon, and it didn't come with the marker. It came with the labels, but I got a metallic marker from Michael's and just wrote on, you know, hand soap. I don't know why. Okay, this is hand soap and this is dish soap. It's time to refill the dish soap. Yeah, so one says dish soap, one says hand soap. Sink, I did not purchase, came with the apartment, but I absolutely love, what do they call those, garden sinks? Or, yeah, I think it's called garden sinks. The holders for your sink materials, these are both from, it came in a 2-pack, these are both from Amazon. I am going to brag about these right now because I have not found many of these that stay up. The suction cups will stay up while, you know, the sink is continuously getting wet. These, I put these up and these have not, I think they fell down one time. I put them back up and they have been here just chilling and doing their job. So I'm going to link those down below. They're in my Amazon store. So I'll be sure to put those in the description box. And then finally, a little coffee station. I told you I really wanted white marble countertops, but I could not have that. So I just went ahead and got a pastry board from Williams Sonoma, and I used it last year for baking, but when I got it, I put it in this corner because I wanted to create like this like kind of vignette type of thing. Originally I didn't have all these jars here, but it's been intense in terms of the amount of coffee cups that I've been buying, different flavors, and so this is my coffee station. You know that the jars are from Walmart. This little guy right here, from everything, the entire thing, the stem and the bottle are from Michael's. Once again, Ross. Cutting board. I keep calling these, everything is a cutting board. First, the knife set was a cutting board. These are coasters. I'm a fan of marble and wood, as you can see, and this was the perfect combination, the perfect marriage between the two. All right. And Keurig coffee machine, I had a black one. Wanted to kind of just open up the space and have it flow with the backsplash. So went ahead and got this white one from Target. It was on sale. I'll link it down below. Just brewed a cup of tea, green tea with mint, or green mint tea. And this mug is from the company The Melanin Mug. Found them on Instagram. I will link the mug down below if I can. I like to use like these salt boxes for sugar. And before I was on my 21-day challenge, this would typically be filled with a little bit of sugar to put just a little dab in my coffee, but it's empty and washed because she is not allowed to have sugar in anything. Instead, she is using Jordan Skinny Syrup, salted caramel, 0 calories, 0 sugar, because my trainer ain't having it. Yeah, these are just amazing. I get them from Home Goods or from Ross, and they're typically $3.99. That's it. Quite a few flavors that you'll see me using over the next few weeks going into Thanksgiving. Okay, so before, come on camera, follow me. So before we go into the living room, I'm just gonna kind of back up and just give you a view. Oh, I didn't show you inside of cabinets. So, I think, yeah, these will be like separate videos, just to kind of, you know, organization videos. That'll be something separate. Is my pharmacy up top. Lazy Susan for like oils and vinegars and so forth. Spice tier rack, like the steps for my spices. I did show some other drawers. Another item that's a must-have from Amazon. I'll have that. I think it's already linked down in my store. And then like cookbooks and like bar stool and bar stools. Actually, 2 of them. Wayfair. I'll link that down below. This Lazy Susan is from Crate and Barrel, I believe. All the pumpkins and the faux hydrangeas, yeah, are from Target dollar section. And the pitchers, the ceramic pitchers, are from Walmart and Pier 1, I believe. Walmart and Pottery Barn. Yeah. The Susan is from Pottery Barn. And yeah, these are from Pier 1 and Walmart. But all of it will be linked down below. Don't hold it against me. All right. So Oprah, in some video that I saw, had a shelf at the end of her her island. The only difference is that the counter, imagine the quartz counter coming over the bookshelf. So it was like a built-in. I didn't have the means to go buy quartz to match this to put on top of this. So I just added this bookshelf here, mainly because I had so many different little things that I wanted to feature that I would take off of my bar cart, or maybe didn't want on a bar cart because they weren't bar related. Like I love the teapots down below, some of my different decanters. This is from the Heart and Home collection from Magnolia Home in Target. Some of the extra stuff that I took off of the bar cart. And then of course, teas, loose teas, and vitamins, echinacea, cough drops, just different little things that I typically will grab right away and don't want to have to go through the pantry to get. I just wanted those items out. And so I feel like the bookcase sometimes is in the way, but it's really not. I think what it is that it's just not what I wanted it to be in terms of the counter flowing completely over the bookcase. Like I wanted that seamless look where it looked like a built-in, but girl, this is a 1-bedroom apartment and you are not Oprah. So get over it. Make it work. After I had that conversation with myself, I was okay. I love it. I love it. All right, so that is it for the kitchen. Oh, I didn't show you. This is washer and dryer. Okay, wash and dry, and I've made storage above. 1-bedroom apartment. I have my little step stool out on the side. I wish it were a little bit wider where I could actually store, like, you know, the products that I have in baskets down below at the front door. I could actually store like cleaning products in here, but it is what it is. And this is not able, I'm not able to open this. This is actually a heating unit. That's what the water heater and the AC maintenance stuff is. So that's it for the kitchen. So now let's work our way into the famous room, the room that I post the most, my open concept living room. I'll start right here with this space. This space was where my bar cart used to be, and if you notice, it's in between the pantry and the sofa. And it looks kind of tight, but it really, you know, it serves its purpose. It allows me to work. I bring a laptop here, I bring a laptop here, sit down. If I'm watching TV, I can work while I'm watching TV. It's my dining table, so I can eat while I'm watching TV or eat while I'm working with the TV off, whatever it may be. But I like the fact that having the bar stools here to eat, you know, with someone else, great. Pull the other bar stool on this side and we're good to go. But when it's just me and I want to work, eat, focus, whatever it is, it gives me a space outside of where my primary work desk is. We're getting to that. To just really zone in on whatever it is I'm doing. And I just love it. I love the fact that it's a high pub style table and bar stool versus a lower dining room set. That's something that I'm going to work towards eventually. But with this space, there really wasn't enough space there wasn't really enough room to do a full-on dining room. And that's because of the large-scale couch that I intentionally chose. So yeah, it is what it is. When I'm working, I will just simply turn this light over my work. If I'm working and all the other lights are off, kind of like accent light or task lighting, so to speak. And it's just a vibe. It's just a vibe. So the table and the bar stool, Wayfair. Vases, I believe Amazon. I'm going to put everything in the description box. Floral stems and that box, Target. This is actually a gift from one of my stores, Allison. One of the first gifts that she ever gave me. It's a candlescape for candles. I don't know why it's here on the bench. Don't ask me, but you know, it's also a part of this vignette. So if I have candles, I'll just put them on this so that they don't mess up the table. But anyway, the prints are from Society 6, and I tagged the designer in Insta reel that I did, Things Design. Love their work, love their pieces, and I will be sure to link them in the description box or add them in the description box down below. I wanted to do something just real abstract and minimal but earthy, and this was just what I wanted. Just what I wanted. And the frames are snap-in front-loading frames from Amazon. Those will also be in the description box. Yep, so this is my little dining slash workspace. Okay, all right, now to the living room. The mirrors, you know, the mirrors are always, this is the angle that I always post right here. Love it. Because I feel like when the light hits this room, it's just glorious. The mirrors are from Target. Sofa, Value City, pillows, a culmination. Pillows that you see here, most of them are pillow covers. I think the ones on the end are from Studio McGee's Target collection. And the rust and the cream are pillow covers. And then the one in the center is a summer pillow from Target. I don't think there are any stores that have it available still, but if I can find similar options, I will be sure to add those down below. Tray, pumpkin, Target. This book is by one of my favorite YouTubers, At Home with Nikki, African-American female, just doing the thing. She is obsessed with organization, and I'm obsessed with her because I'm obsessed with organization. So she has 2 books. If you haven't heard of her, please go on Amazon or go to her Instagram or her website, athomewithnikki.com, and check her out. Actually, here's a picture of her. This is not sponsored. I love her so much. But yeah, she had to be a part of my decor, my setup. And so, oh, actually, that's one of the books that was on my bookshelf in the foyer, but I wanted a book on that tray, so I brought her over here. These throws, I believe this is from Home Goods. The rust color one, you guys know I talked about this on Instagram. It's from Target. Sofa, we said, is Value City. Rug, I wanted a shag rug so badly when I moved into this space, and I'm glad that I found the one. Huge. I believe it's 9 by 12 or 8 by 10. I think it's a 9 by 12, but this is from Rugs USA. And I'm gonna take off my slippers. My plan was to do this tour in my full look combat boots, you know, for my outfit I had on today, but no. I gotta be honest with y'all, I do not wear shoes on this carpet. People ask all the time. No, I don't. And so the shoes had to come off because I know myself. If I came on here with bed slippers, I would be okay. But if I came on here with the boots, I would faint. No, no shoes on the carpet. I mean, it's the only space that has like white carpet. So we try to keep it clean. But anyway, the mirrors we set are Target. Sofa, table. I get a lot of questions about this table. This is from Wayfair. And I wanted something that was round and glass, but I didn't want it to be all glass, if that makes, well, it's all glass, but I like how the bottom is a little bit opaque, so you can't see, like, I can't see through the bottom tier. So it's kind of like a white, opaque type of vibe. I can only see through the top one. And I apologize if my table's a little streaky. I just wiped it down. But the baskets are all Target. Pumpkins, Target. Flowers, Trader Joe's. Coasters, Ross. More coasters. This little candlescape or candle holders from Pier 1. Very, very old. Oh, I'm shedding petals. And yeah, so that's that for the centerpiece coffee table situation. Over here we have basket. I'm a remote loser. I can never find my remotes because it's always like in the couch, under the couch. So I needed to find something that could just like contain all my remotes. And so that basket I got from Walmart. I will be sure to link that in the description box as well. My beautiful Monstera plant is growing out of control. I named her after my niece, Dominique, and she is just acting accordingly, blooming as my niece is. The planter is from Walmart. There's actually two plants here. I have a bird of paradise plant down here. I need to clean the leaves off. But yeah, this is just a whole plant mom situation in this corner. The lamp is from Target. Curtains, IKEA. The lighting is, yeah. Let me see if I can brighten that up. But yeah, curtains are from Target. The curtain rods. Target, yeah. Curtains from IKEA. Curtain rods are from Target. I had to think for a minute. But I wanted brass or gold rods to match some of the accents. Let's talk about that actually. In this space, it's very, very, very minimal. Gray, white, and black were my original staple colors, like my original foundation colors. And I knew that I would change pillows and throws throughout the season. But I think it's also important to have like a metallic feature, and whether it may be chrome or silver, just having like some type of metallic pop in your space, and mine was going to be the brass and the gold. And so if you notice, my mirrors are brass gold, my lamp is brass gold, the rods are brass gold, and then the coffee table. And then I might have a few other things that are on the outskirts of the apartment. Not the apartment, the room. So the things that are framing this room, and the one thing that's in the center is metallic. But then everything else is like a color story. So my metallics are typically like in corners, framing the room, in corners, framing the room, and so forth. If you notice that. I don't have a lot of like metallics all throughout the space. In corners. All right, let's talk pillows. Over here in the window area. So these pillows are from World Market. The one behind it is from Walmart. I will, depending on who's visiting or who's sitting where, whatever, to their liking, I'll throw some of the pillows like in the baskets down below. But just to kind of break up the clean lines, I wanted to make it a little bit more cozier. These chairs are from the Global Bazaar collection at Target that we talked about earlier that is no longer existent. Target, bring it back. But to kind of cozy up the abstract detail of those chairs, I just threw a lot of pillows on there. So the one in the front is from Walmart. The one in the back is from Target. Basket and throws, blankets, Target. Everything over here is Target. This is not sponsored. This video is not sponsored. This basket, Target, candle, vase. This is Global Bazaar, Asia. Asia was the country that this came from. Yeah, back in the day. I just love that chocolate brown hammered look. Book, this is Home from Amazon. Pumpkins are all from Target. This is Studio McGee's wooden bowl. She's really not supposed to be here. Not she is in Studio McGee, but the bowl is not supposed to be down there. I just didn't have anywhere to put it because I moved it from my TV, my media unit, TV media center, and I just put it here for now. So it's a transitional location. But beads are from Amazon, bowl from Target, Studio McGee. Pampas grass. I think these are sold out on Michael's, but they've replaced it with like a lighter color now. But I was obsessed with the just, everybody has the light grassy kind of like, you know, blondie wheat looking type of grass. I wanted something that was a little bit more rich to add some depth to my space. And yeah, these are from Michael's, but they have something similar to that, so I'll be sure to add that down below. Vase is from Hobby Lobby. It was a gift from one of my sorority sisters, Karen, also my photographer, formerly my photographer before she relocated to another state. And this is Grandpa. He turned 110 years old yesterday. May he rest in peace. He would have been 110 yesterday. Pillows we talked about. The orange throw down below is from Home Goods. Basket's the same basket as the one over there from Target. Right here is a plant stand or 3-tier stand from Ross. Yes, from Ross. And all my plants are from Lowe's Home Improvement. Pumpkins are from dollar section of Target. We talked about the beads from Amazon. And yeah, that's that. That device down here, this is my internet box, my router. But this is actually a clock, a digital clock that I got from Amazon. And I don't know why. It looks like it's blinking on camera, but it's really not. It's just, I guess, the lighting, the LED lights. But I love the way that it looks, but it was just not going with the earthy, warm aesthetics. I don't know. I just put it on the ground, but she'll probably be back up on top of the table for Christmas. We'll see. Okay, let's finish out the living room. So this is the Besta 3-cube unit from IKEA. I found this idea or concept for a media, another YouTuber, I think she had it set up as her media unit, her TV stand or TV center. I don't know, whatever you call it. But I think she only had 2. And so I wanted mine to be a little bit longer because of the wall. So instead of it being from here to here, you can add on as many sections as you wanted. So mine's is actually 3 doors or 3 cubes. Yeah. So that's from IKEA. The TV is a Samsung TV. Not one of the high-tech smart TVs of this current time, but I've had it for a long time. She does the job, and I'm trying not to think about even buying another TV. So she's just gonna keep going. And y'all know the story if you follow me on Instagram about these plants. I unexpectedly discovered a green thumb and it's getting out of control. But we'll talk about the upper shelf in just a minute. The book, Homebody by Joanna Gaines. You can find it on Amazon or Target. Studio McGee, this wooden knot figurine, Target. More Studio McGee. I'm obsessed with the wood decor that she brought out with Target. I'm just going to tell you the truth. I wanted it to be very neutral in here, and I wanted pieces that I could use every year or over and over and over again without any fuss, and she hit the nail on the head. So this is Studio McGee collection at Target. Also, I think this is just, yeah, Threshold. The pumpkins are just Target Threshold. The tray I get a lot of questions about, and thank y'all that support me, that follow me on Like to Know It. A lot of you have purchased this tray through my Like to Know It page, my Like to Know It profile. This is from Pier 1 or Crate and Barrel, CB2, somebody. I'm gonna put it in the description box down below. This lamp, Better Home and Gardens, Walmart. Don't sleep on Walmart. Isn't that this is so chic. Isn't it chic? Now, it is a different type. The Edison light is like a yellowy type of light at night. So it's very like, it's a vibe. It's very lounge, like romantic. Like, you know, I don't turn her on that often, but when I do, it's a vibe. Yeah, so love that lamp so much. And I love the fact that it has a marble base. Woo! Look at that. Gold and marble. Love it. Plants, Lowe's Improvement. Plant pots, either IKEA or all the plant pots are IKEA or Lowe's. And that table stand is from IKEA, but this is actually a another marble, like $5.99 marble cheese board or cutting board that I got from Ross. So yeah, check her out. Check out Ross, the closest Ross near you. And up top, my battery's blinking, so I gotta make this quick. A lot of old items, but I'll tell you what I can. Those candles are from Pier 1. I think they may be sold out. Another wooden vase from Studio McGee Target. Books can be found on Amazon. Picture of me, my mama, and my brother. Plants and plant pots, IKEA and Lowe's Improvement. Picture of my dad. Look at him. He goes hard for his fraternity. Rest in peace, Papa. Picture of St. Thomas Harbor, where I'm from, the Virgin Islands. Books, you can find those on Amazon. And that bamboo bowl is from Target. Threshold, I think it's still available online. And those figurines are from St. Thomas. And the candle is from Pier 1. And bookshelves, the actual shelves are from IKEA. The brackets and the shelves. All right, that concludes our living room tour. Should I put this up and just kind of do it piece by piece, or make one large video, one entire video? I don't know, but anyway, thank y'all so much for tuning in. Yes. And of course, none of this could have been possible without my vacuum, keeping my floors clean. This is where she charges. This video is not sponsored by Dyson. All right, see y'all soon. Moving on to the next one. Be sure to subscribe for upcoming content. Tell me about yourself down in the comments, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one.